welcome to Fit Friday. Today's special guest is Celeste Aaron, and she's going to talk to us today about how to fix your credit, especially with everything that's going on. Welcome to the show, Celeste.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Glad to be able to share some information.
Thank you. So before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the industry?
Well, again, my name is Celeste Aaron. And we've just been with the industry since like 2004. The company has been in business, and we are just helping people to get their finances in order. That's what we do, and that's what I love to do because I love helping people.
Nice. That's how we connected, helping people. That's what my real estate business is about. And I really want your story to come forward to the audience so they know what to do so that they can afford to buy a home. So kind of tell me just a little bit about your business. I know it's credit repair, but just kind of give me a little bit of what it does.
Okay, well, what I want to do is share some facts with you, some shocking facts that a lot of Americans don't know. So, number one thing, we as Americans have over $1 trillion of credit card debt. All Americans, and we never think about that. If 56% of people in the United States don't even have rainy day funds. In fact, it's probably like 61% that don't even have $1,000 saved, for an emergency.
Wow.
And we have 46% of baby boomers who don't have $10,000 saved. I'm a baby boomer. So it's 46% of us that don't even have $10,000 saved. And then there's another 40% of millennials. Now we count millennials to be up on everything and have everything in order, but 40% of millennials spend money that they don't even have just to keep up with their friends. And then they want to keep it a secret. And then we have the 43 million Americans that have a credit score of 599 and below. So what we have is an all-inclusive plan. We have an all-inclusive plan with tools to help people to get their credit in order. We have credit restoration, which is our flagship product. And with that, we're able to get rid of obsolete and inaccurate information off of credit reports. A lot of people don't know that a lot of the information is actually erroneous and errors that's on their credit report. We also have a credit builder where you are able to build your credit. We have credit monitoring. You are able to interact with your credit report and know just what's going on as we are working on it. We have debt payoff. You're able to use that to pay your debt off. We have savings goal, and you're able to, just use those tools to help get your finances in good order. We have the tools that really help protect your financial future. We have identity monitoring. You're able to get like $1 million of identity protection, and it protects you in all areas. It's not like some of the credit cards where, if you use the credit card, it will protect you for those transactions. But this identity protection protects you all over everything that you do. And then we have the will and trust and power of attorney documents. And, those are some things that can cost a lot, but we have those for you to go ahead and get things in order. So if something happens, you have you've written a letter with instructions for your loved ones and what you want, where you want things to go and how you want things to be done. And with the pandemic right now, this is like some real important tools. People just didn't know, and we never know because tomorrow's not promised to us. But we have those tools, and we have like a savings goal that helps you save as well.
Wow.
So those are some of the services that we have, all to just help our customers, help clients, help people to get their credit and their finances in order.
Wow, that sounds amazing. It sounds like a lot of information that will help someone right out of college or a senior prepare for the future. So I forgot about the will portion that you offer. That's a great benefit as well. Right. So let's talk a little bit more about credit scores. So, since everybody's like, okay, well, why do I need to fix my credit? What's a good credit score and what's not a good credit score?
Well, a good credit score, 850 is a good credit score.
Wow.
Okay. And we say that because depending on what you're trying to do, you need to have your score needs to be sufficient enough to where you're able to get what you need. Okay. The best thing to know is that when you don't have a good credit score, you're not able to get things. You end up paying more interest on items. You're not able to apply for a mortgage, get a car. In most cases, you can get a car, but you are paying a lot of interest. And I'll always say, why pay a Mercedes price for a Volkswagen when you don't have to? So
Makes
get your
sense.
credit in order. And as you know, credit scores range from 300 to 850. And depending on, the credit score model, you want to be able to have your score in a good range. And 850 is the good credit range. That's the highest. That's the best place to be.
So with your business, how long does it take for a person to correct their score? I mean, I'm just going to throw a number. Say it's 550. How long would it take it? So in my industry, 640 is the minimum to be able to get a mortgage. So if you have like a 550, does it take a year, 2 years? Have you have any examples of?
Right. We really can't put a time on it because it is a process. Every profile is different. Um, and it's just dependent on your profile and how you are able to cooperate and work with our program. So we really can't just put a time on it, but it's good we have a roadmap, and the roadmap is in place to be able to let you know what to be doing in the first 2 months or first 3 months, and then what to do the next 3 months. So we give you a roadmap, and if you follow the roadmap, you're able to move through and get your score up. But just putting a definite time on it, we can't do that.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense because with my clients, they want to know, oh, can I get the house at the end of the year? My credit score is not that great, and of course, I don't deal with that side. That I leave that for the professionals like you. I just, try to figure out how much they can afford
Right.
so that we can get them into a home. And you kind of mentioned, and you touched on something a second ago. You said you can have a credit score probably not as good or as high for a car than for a mortgage. Why is that? Is it because of the loan amount or?
Well, as you know, with your credit score, so just say if you just have a 500 credit score, when you go to apply for a mortgage loan, you're not going to qualify, right? You have to work on it. They, there is, I don't know of any source that will go ahead and let you qualify for a house at a 598. Okay. However, if you have a 598 and you go look for a car, now, car dealers use a different process because we have the Vantage score and we have a FICO score. So car dealers, they might decide that they only want to work with one credit bureau. And by the way, all three credit bureaus are independent. They are totally different. They do not work together. So they're separate companies. So if you have a car dealer, they may say that they want to work with one credit bureau, and they have a list of lenders because they're going to get you the car. The thing is, with a 598, you are going to be paying a lot of interest. So that's what makes the difference. With the 598, they have lenders. They can run your credit through every lender, of course, and there's going to be inquiries on your credit report that's going to, affect your credit score as well. But with the car dealers, you're able to get a car. You're just going to pay high interest rate.
Right. That makes sense. That makes total sense. So if you could give tips, maybe 2, 3 tips to tell people, what can I do to correct my credit? I mean, everybody knows pay your bills on time, right? But if other than that, if you could give like 3 big tips on someone to help them fix their credit.
To help them to fix their credit. So a lot of times people don't know what calculates and what makes up a credit score. Okay. Your credit score is made up of your payment history. It's made up of the items that you have, and is made up of the type of credit, your length of credit, your credit inquiries, So of course, as you said, 35% goes to payment history, um, your history. So you want to pay on time. That's just number one issue. That's just the way it is. And then 30% is the amount of credit that you have. So if you have a credit card and your credit card is $5,000, you don't want to use $5,000. You want to use 30%. And you want to keep it at 30%. And then you also want to manage it well and pay in a timely manner. And as far as inquiries, you want to keep your inquiries down. You don't just want to apply for everything, all the time, but you want to keep your inquiries down. And then you want to have a diverse portfolio of credit. So you want to have revolving credit, installment. You may not have a mortgage, but you want to have a car loan, or just diverse. You can just do revolving or installment, but you want to have a diverse portfolio of credit. So, and with that makes your score, and that's what's going to help you to keep your score. So, we have a lot of people who really pay cash for everything that they do, right? They think they don't need credit. Just think about what's going on now. And if you just look at I don't know, I guess it's all over, but there was a corn shortage here, right? So maybe it's possible that we may move from cash to credit. We might just be a plastic. So for people that pay cash, they don't have credit. Not having credit is just like having bad credit, right? So for those people, it's good to have some kind of credit. So start building some. It's good to get a credit card somewhere and be able to make your payments and manage it on time. So basically, and the main thing for good credit is, maintaining your payments, paying on time, and just not running yourself out, 10, 12, 15, 20 credit cards. Now, you don't want to do that, but you do want to have good payment history, and you do want to, keep everything within limits.
So you mentioned something that was really interesting, getting the credit card. How young or how old should you be? I mean,
To get a credit card?
to get a credit card, yeah.
Well, at least 18.
Okay.
And we have a lot of college students, when your children are in school, the families, the parents go ahead and get a credit card and make them, uh, let them have access to a credit card so they can learn about it. So of course you have to be 18 years or older to be able to do anything in society. So at least 18. And what we have like for building credit, for those that don't have credit, we have what's called the secured credit card, where you're able to deposit anywhere from $200 to $2,000 on a card, no credit check. You just make the deposit, and then you're able to have that card, manage it well, pay timely payments, keep it within a 30% range, and that's going to help build your credit.
That's really good. So what are some of the loopholes? What should we avoid? I heard you say 10 to 15 credit cards. You don't need that. What are some of the other, negative things that we should avoid?
Well, the negative things would just be the opposite. Because you want to, when you build your credit, see, you got a mortgage, right? You're going to pay your mortgage. You have a car, you're going to pay your car. You're going to get a couple of credit cards. Of course, if you are traveling and things like that, things that we do where we need credit, you want to have a card, of course, but you don't just have to run yourself to the limit and have many cards. And people do it all the time, and they manage it well. But it just depends on your credit and how you are managing and your score.
So a lot of people now, with COVID and everything happening, everyone's doing a lot of stuff online, and people are even trying to clean up their credit online. Are there things to avoid with the online credit? And you see the commercials all the time. Are there some things to avoid with those?
Everything is online. Shopping is online. You can order food online. The transportation to pick you up, you do that online and on a smartphone. We're doing everything online. But what matters as far as credit restoration and credit repair is, are those companies or other companies providing their customers with an online source where they can monitor the process and even see what's going on. And that's something that we have online where they can monitor what's going on. And we actually have apps. So, everything is apps too. You want to do everything from your cell phone. So we actually have apps, and they are able to monitor from the cell phone. So wherever you are, you are able to monitor and do what you need to do with our program. You can see the process. You can do it 24/7. And for every product that we have in our in our package, every product is like 12. And with every one, you are able to monitor. Customers are able to monitor. So, yeah, everything is online. But can they see what's going on with other services and other companies?
Nice, nice. So you've given us a lot of information, a lot of useful information. How can my clients find you?
Well, I have an email address. That's amlifestrategies@gmail.com. And I have a website that is still under construction right at this moment and should be done shortly, but that is amlifestrategies.com, www.amlifestrategies.com. So it's a website. And then my phone number is 314-724-6100. I'm available most of the time. My hours vary, but I am able to help anyone to meet their credit goals.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule today to talk to us about how to build and correct our credit and improve our credit score. And I hope the listeners out there will reach out to you and ask questions about what they can do to improve their credit score. Thank you for your time today, Celeste.
You're so welcome. I'm excited and glad to be able to share some information.
Well, I really do appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.